to Thursday night on the Ulysses International channel. We are having a great night. We are so glad to be here. I am Jay, your GM. We're going to jump into the game real quick after a brief recap. When we last left our, as of now, unnamed group of Storm Knights, they were dealing with breaking into Dr. Mobius's, one of his military installations to recover a canister of film for twins who are the managers of the establishment that you were sort of thrown out of. They were sort of invited to be thrown out of in an attempt to get into the Tharkold section of Istanbul. Essentially what happened was the Storm Knights were aided by another mystery hero of the Nile Empire, one Lady Salvo, who arrived in a Zeppelin. Our very own Kit turned into a two-dimensional figure and slipped through a crack in the wall, not only recovering the canister, but uncovering a planned attack on one of the hard points in Istanbul. Before they could make their getaway cleanly, they were interrupted by a supervillain from the Nile Empire, the notorious Deathhawk, who they sent packing. And when we left off with the airship, the Zeppelin, sort of limping away from the military installation with Brother Block and Kit hanging from it, kind of running from rooftop to rooftop as they attempted to climb the rope. And I turn like you can see this, but they're not on the screen yet. And Kowalski driving a jeep away from the installation, only to have shock troopers mounting on bikes and several biplanes spinning up into the air. And so, welcome to Torg's Day Night. Hello to my wonderful players. And we are just going to get into it. So, the moon is full over Istanbul. The smoke kind of rising from that large explosion that was on the base. Delilah, you and Zorba are on the deck of an airship that you realize neither of you kind of know how to fly. It's just sort of gliding west. Kit and Brother Block, you are currently hanging from said rope. And Kowalski, in true Tharkoldian fashion, you went kind of over and through the gate with Lady Salvo manning a machine gun, spraying hot lead behind her. And we are going to jump in to a chase scene. So, a chase scene uses the drama deck. And essentially, you know I'm going to give you more fate points. You already got an extra possibility for good vocabulary in the pre-show.
Thank you.
Zero Earth Element, Mr. Furious, good to see you in the chat. So essentially, each of you are starting on a different step. You guys make it to step D before the groups who are chasing you catch up. You make your escape into the skies over Istanbul. If you don't, or
Even Kowalski,
he and Lady Salvo, Thelma and Louise it, and we just fade to black. If you don't make it to D and they catch up with you, then you are caught, and that will break down into a fight. So, I'm going to let Delilah tell me when to stop shuffling the drama deck, so it can never be said I stack the drama deck, or do you want me to, all right? Do you want me to cut or just draw the top card? Okay, like that? All right. So here's how this is going to work. Because you guys have a head start, all of you guys are starting on step B. Kowalski, in a Jeep, you are considered fast. Unfortunately, the vehicles coming behind you are very fast. They are motorcycles. So you're going to have to deal with the fact that they're going to catch up. They're going to get a bonus on their rolls to deal with you. You guys are in a Zeppelin. And I would like to point out...
super fast.
Yes. Well, actually, the Zeppelin you're in is fast.
Oh.
And the biplanes that are chasing you are also, unfortunately, very fast. So, essentially, the guys trying to catch up with you are going to get a +4 to their roll. Okay. All right. And the DN that they will get is the DN for this is a 14. That's what you're going to need to do to kind of hit to succeed on the roll.
So I got to roll an 11 or higher since my base here for my land vehicle driver.
Now, if you are not in the pilot seat, you can do whatever you want with your turn. Magic, guns, maybe another martini. Right. The fact that you waited to get into a fight until your martini glass was broken. So, the first action is, the first drama card is Bring 'em on. Attack or trick is our approved action. The steps are A, which means my guys can try and catch up, and C, which means you guys can advance. And all Ord villains are vulnerable, which means the guys who are chasing you are vulnerable, which means they're going to be easier to hit. So we're going to start with Kowalski in the Jeep. All right, what do? You kind of rip over this thing, sparks flying as the chain link fence just breaks. Salvo whooping from this woman who jumped out of the Zeppelin and was definitely firing twin guns of justice at the guys behind you. Now has a machine gun, and she seems to be cackling with glee. What do is you take into the streets of Istanbul.
All right, so describe for me the streets. Are they narrow? Are they wide? Is there space to turn around?
So this is Istanbul, and this is Istanbul as it existed, sort of in my mind in the 1930s, which means the streets are just narrow enough that people have space to jump to the side. Now the thing is, you can also create distractions. You can use trick, you can use intimidate, you can knock barrels over, you can make hairpin turns to try and lose the people on the bikes behind you. You have 3 bikes behind you.
Okay.
One of them is a normal bike, and the other 2 have sidecars with guys with automatic weapons.
Okay. So talking about vehicle damage, how much can
your vehicle take? Your vehicle has 2 wounds.
So not a ton.
Not a ton. It is a Jeep. Or a Yeep. Perhaps it is a soft J.
So I have a total of at least 5 people chasing me.
Yes.
Okay.
I will let you know that their vehicles definitely do not have as many.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought.
1 wound.
Yeah.
So the
trick or attack, but you also have to make a drive roll, or you will not advance beyond the B step into C. So this could be a multi-action kind of thing.
So my thought is that basically, a short ways from the base, we come to a square.
Okay.
At which point,
with the fountain in the middle.
With the fountain, right?
Okay,
at which point, I basically, because I'm just under 9 feet tall, at which point I drop a hand to the ground and we just yank the wheel and it just goes.
Okay.
And then we drive right back at them.
Okay, so you're going to drive at them.
Yes.
So this is going to be your land vehicles roll, and then with like an intimidation.
I'm thinking it's an attack because I want to hit them.
Oh, you want
to ram into him?
It is good for you that we are playing Torg, because I just have to move 1 step back. So this would be there's actually a whole paragraph and chart called ramming, which this is just a land vehicle.
Right.
So go ahead and give me your land vehicle.
All right, here we go.
There are people jumping back and forth, to the side. The fountain, you leave huge claw marks in the ground as you use your hand sort of as an emergency brake to do this bootleg turn.
All right, I'm gonna spend a possibility.
You should definitely do that.
Do I get to put a card into my pool at the start of chases as well? Just
yes. So this is
so that's a 10, so 16.
So this is not a combat yet, so you can use cards.
So it's just.
So that's going to be a total of 17.
Total of 17. Hello, all the ampersands and 0 earth element. All right. ramming. Sometimes a driver isn't trying to avoid something, he wants to hit it. This, I think, is the most appropriate case here for Kowalski. It's my vehicle skill versus the target's defense. With at least a standard success, both parties suffer the other target's toughness. Are you trying to multi-attack? Or are you trying to hit all three bites?
Lady Salvo is firing, and
He will. But here's the beauty of this. You don't worry about that. This is your role. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to run over 5 dudes on motorcycles.
So all of them at once.
So that'll be a -4 to your final total if you're trying to hit all 3 of them.
Okay.
Do you have any cards you would like to spend to kind
That's a fantastic question.
With the no.
I think does that mean his pool or
I have a supporter card.
No, you can switch them around here.
okay?
Do we have to be in the same area as him for these to work?
Yes, I
Oh.
will require that.
Okay, so it's
That's-
me.
So
I
it's
don't think I
actually
actually have any
good
cards
thoughts
that would
into
actually
the
apply to
universe.
this. Yes,
You roll another dice and get.
the damage.
But unfortunately,
So
Yeah,
we'll see what
we're in
happens there.
Airship.
yeah, look at that with sidecar. It's right there. That's a 15. All right, so its toughness is 13. All right, what did you get on your roll with the -4 to hit all? Oh, and are you spending anything else?
I don't have one. Actually, you're not rolling it, right?
Oh, I don't roll it. Yeah,
Okay.
no, you just tell me what your total is.
My total was +3 to total of 14, so that, I guess it's back down to 13.
A 13.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's the. Do you want the? Here's just the news. A 13 is a good success, which means the defender will take your toughness as damage,
Okay.
and the toughness on your vehicle is a 15 plus a bonus die of damage.
Okay.
But you're gonna roll for each guy that you're hitting.
So you have 1 bonus die each.
Yeah, 1 bonus die
Okay.
each. So tell me what your totals are.
First one is 5.
All right.
Next one is explodes.
Ooh.
Is explodes.
Is explodes.
All right.
Because the motorcycle explodes.
Yes, I assume that it goes explode. Yeah, spinning through the air and explodes. So that's explodes. So that's a total of 9 for that one.
All right. So that'll be 24. All right.
The next one is 2.
All right. So that's your 3 guys.
There only 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
the floats, the 3 motorcycles.
5 guys, 3 motorcycles.
All right. And then your vehicle will take. All right. So here's what happens. I love Torg because I can't accurately prepare for anything. Good Lord. And they've only got 1 wound. All right. So there's good news. You kind of hit the front bike, which hits the front of your Jeep and goes flipping over you, and the guy lands in the fountain, and the bike goes flying behind you to crash into a wall. You get the second one, and it's one of those like just horrible crashes where the front tire of the bike goes under the Jeep, and it launches both of them into this spinning spiral of death that then explodes on impact. The third guy manages to move just enough to the side so that you clip him, but he's still in the game. Lady Salvo will take her shots with the machine gun. That's not great. It's a good thing I got the thing up there. She strafes the side of it, but it's still in there. Now, you do get to move on to step C because you hit... Oh, you didn't get 14. You got 13.
I got 13.
Which means you don't move on to step C because you spun around.
Okay.
And there's still 1 guy in this fight. Zeppelin folk. Who wants to go first? Down below or up top?
They'll sit down below.
Okay. Kit, Brother Block.
Okay, question.
Sure.
Who is near us? Like, who's following us at this point?
All right, so at this point, you can see behind you 2 biplane, or 2 winged falcons with strange spinning beaks.
These metal birds.
These little birds have lifted off. You know enough. You've been out here 3 months. You know what a plane is.
These metal birds.
Okay, never mind. I retract the clarification. These metal birds lift into the sky, and they are flying at you. And you can see that each one has 1 guy holding onto the wing that are wearing those jetpacks that you saw before. You get the feeling that if they catch up, they're coming after whoever's sort of, dangling from below the Zeppelin, which, of course, is you and Brother Block.
Okay, question. I'm assuming that these people are not within 10 meters of me. That's so close.
They are not within 10
Okay.
meters of you. By the way, your Jeep seems to have emerged with very little damage.
I have a proposition.
Yeah.
What if Delilah and I were to just shimmy down the rope and let the Zeppelin fly off, and then we just landed? Or like we just, Zeppelin got close enough to the ground that we could just jump off and let the Zeppelin go, and then they chase the Zeppelin. That would be a trick, right?
That would be a trick.
So rather than
I kind of like that.
staying on the Zeppelin.
Wait, I think I have a more dramatic trick. That I think will keep our Zeppelin and our strategic possibilities in place. So I would like to do a trick. I think it would be a double trick, and because we've trained together for a while with the Delphi Council, I feel like we have certain like maneuvers where we say like execute plan square root of 4, which is 2, but whatever. Okay. So what I would like
I'm
to
on
do,
board. I knew this one. I got that reference.
I would like to do a trick where it seems like Kit is falling, but I toss her into the Zeppelin. Meanwhile, Delilah jumps out of the Zeppelin, gun ready to go, and I grab her. So it's it's a trapeze
switcheroo.
move. We call it the Ringling Brothers.
Don't look at me. I'm just the GM. You guys have to make this decision. But the planes are getting closer.
So, what?
I just can't.
And it's a strength roll.
Mine's a
It
trick.
comes with that, and it's a trick. So I get a card. And don't be scared. It'll work out great.
I'm not worried about that. I just don't understand. I just don't understand the trick part.
Oh, because it's gonna look like you're fallen, sister.
Falling up into
They're
the
gonna be
plane.
like, oh, they dropped the mummy, but we didn't. We're tossing you in, straight into the side door.
Oh, kind of like I start falling, and then it's like a slingshot, and then like it gets me thrown up top or something.
Okay. And
Okay.
as you go in, Delilah, jump, and I'll grab you, and you can shoot the 2 planes right behind us because you love shooting things.
So I do have just one problem with that, Ben. Love the idea. You're welcome to do this, but remember, raise your hand if you have air vehicles.
Yeah. You need to get up top.
You can't fly the plane or the Zeppelin hanging from a rope.
It's one round. It's
all right.
It's one.
So
it's one round.
If I do this weird slingshot trick to get up into the plane, is that like all? What other options would I have? And would I be still close enough?
No, once you get there, you can do whatever you
someone?
want.
Or
Yeah,
you can do anything.
I'm assuming I'm not close enough to throw a Molotov cocktail.
You are definitely not. Well, not yet.
Well, if we're not flying the Zeppelin, then it's maybe next round.
Yeah, next round you're definitely going to be within range to Molotov cocktail thing.
Okay, then.
I sort of love how Kit has this like, I'm afraid of fire. I also love fire.
Yeah.
Like moth
She's
to the
not
flame
good.
thing.
But she's not good.
Mummy to the flame sort of thing. Yeah.
What if we dropped underneath and they thought like they didn't see us, and then as they're passing above us, I shoot
So what I'm hearing is Brother Block is going to do the switcheroo, and then Delilah, you will also make a trick. All right.
Okay.
Don't worry, you don't have to roll anything at this point. You can do whatever you want with your turn. This is if you guys want to do this.
Yeah.
Or do you want to use the possum maneuver? I'm not sure how I would like everyone slide down the rope and like let the
yeah.
I think we should still do that, but later.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Block, give me the roll. And then Delilah, I'm gonna need a trick roll from you.
Yeah, neither do I.
You don't think you would be good at either of those?
No, I'm still trying to figure out what the trick is.
Yeah.
I think the chat has gone. The trick is, what are they doing? Do we? I don't know who I'm going after.
You know what? That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
So the original trick in my mind was that, oh no, I'm losing grip on Kit and it's all coming apart. But then I
Instead whip Kit up to the top.
Yep.
Unharmed.
And then part of the trick is also, look, that other person fell out of it. Got her.
We're going to see what happens. I'm going to make this a slightly more difficult DN for this
Okay,
one.
I rolled 10.
All right, this is going to be a very hard trick. So I'm going to increase this a little bit on you.
I will play. Can I play a hero card?
You can't. Wait, sure. Do you have a hero card? I guess is the question.
He does.
Okay.
I'm like, sure, you can play one if you have one.
I also have a supporter card if you need me to play that.
I feel like maybe Brother Block is actually just playing Pokemon and he's calling back one of them and getting out the next one.
Wait. So
Delilah.
that is a 15 to do both things.
Kitasaur goes back in the bowl.
Exactly.
Stay for the rest of the day.
Yeah. That's right. All right, Block, what'd you get?
15 to do both things.
Okay. So, you don't you don't drop Kit, but they do not fall for your trick.
All right, fine. Possibility.
Still don't understand the trick.
Okay.
This is why I made it more difficult. Delilah, you're dropping down your height.
18 to both things.
All right, so you go up, and what you do see is that what the trick has done is they are no longer focused necessarily entirely on the Zeppelin, but they are definitely focusing on the acrobatic Frenchman in glowing power armor that is now hanging from the bottom of the ship, like some. It would be awful if they remade the Three Musketeers as some sort of steampunk adventure.
Oh no, that'd be awful.
Delilah, what did you get?
So,
Okay.
trying to spend possibility.
Okay, totally fine.
I rolled 18, which is a
And what was your first roll? Because remember, they add together.
9.
9. So
And then
totally.
The total was 7.
Okay.
Well, let's see here. So 18 plus 9 is
27. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So that's a plus 9 to your 8. So 17.
Okay. 17. All right. You drop down. Block kind of catches you and hides you in his shadow. Do you want to make the so it's a multi-action, so it's a 15. So that is against these guys. That is a normal success. So do you want to make the planes vulnerable? The plane that you're going to shoot at vulnerable, which means you essentially get bonuses to hit them, or do you want to make them stymied? In which case, when they take their action, they're going to take an even worse roll.
I think I'm on this stymie.
Okay, so go ahead and give me. So it's the same die roll. So you're at plus 9 to your fire combat as you then pull out your revolver and take a shot. Oh no, same roll. It's just what's plus 7 to your
Melee weapon?
no to your fire combat.
12.
So 19. All right. Go ahead and what's the base damage on your weapon?
I think it was
14.
Yeah.
All right. Then roll a d6 on top of that and see what happens. So 19, and you were shooting at the aircraft. Sorry, guys. There we go. All right, that you fire your bullet, ricochets off the engine. You see a little bit of smoke. It wobbles a little bit. You don't know if you did a wound or if you just sort of shocked the pilot a little bit, but there's definitely kind of oil spraying on the pilot's little windscreen and goggles. So he's like flying like this. Kit, You land, I assume,
Very gracefully.
very gracefully. Okay. You and Zorba are on the deck of the Zeppelin.
I think I'm too far to do any of the spells that I like, so I think I want to pull out my pistol and
Okay.
fire at the same one that just got hit.
All right, roll it.
Okay.
Fire combat.
Okay, that's a 17, so that's a +4, so that'd be a 10. I'm guessing I need more than that,
Yes.
so I'm probably gonna spend a possibility.
Go for it. Oh, Brother Block, you got leadership, and Delilah, you got flurry.
Nice.
And I rolled a 20.
Okay, so that explodes again.
I got 3, so which would be a no, it's still.
No,
So a total of 40. So that's a plus 11, so 17.
that hits. Roll with a extra die of damage. What's the damage on your pistol?
That is a really good question. It is a 13,
All right, plus 1d6.
4, so 17.
All right, bullets should seem to be flying. Zorba, you're there. I assume you've made a new martini.
Yeah, so are there any parachutes on this Zeppelin?
Yes.
I would like to put on a parachute, look at what Brother Block and everyone else is doing in utter confusion, and parachute
Trick work
out
on
of
you.
the Zeppelin into Kowalski's Jeep.
That would be pretty cool.
I'm going to need a maneuver roll from you. That is spectacular.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
So, I'm not good at this. Okay, I am spending a possibility. And that's 13, and then
So total of 16.
16, and that's +3. But you know what? I'm going to spend my drama card because it seems
All right.
appropriate.
That does seem
Wait.
appropriate.
Is this maneuver called the voluntary Hindenburg?
He is not blowing up the Zeppelin. He is just, I think he is going, well, shell game.
Right, like I don't
I like my chances on the
That's
ground.
right. That's right. At least if you fall from the ground, you have a far less distance to fall.
Absolutely. So I'm spending my drama card to make another roll. So it adds a...
It adds a possibility. So right now you're at
16.
You're at 16, and then go again,
2.
which counts as a 10 because it's a possibility. So you're at
Okay,
26.
so 26. So that is a +9. My maneuver is just my dex, so that's going to be 15.
15, it's not a good success, but it beats the challenging difficulty that I set for it.
All right.
So, Kowalski,
I'm going to keep my martini with me.
yeah, Kit, you just see, you get up there, you land gracefully, you draw your pistol, pop, pop,
Hit something for the first time.
hit something for the first time. They told you that it would work, and by God, it worked, or by the gods, it worked. You also then turn around to kind of talk to Zorba, and you just see he sort of nods at you, jumps out. Kowalski, you just hear ha 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 from behind, and as you kind of look over your shoulder as you're coming back,
Like unclips
Zorba lands at the right second, unclips, and you now have a passenger in your Jeep with you.
very Roger Moore moment.
I feel like that is worthy of a Nile Empire. That is worthy of a Nile Empire. So remember, a Nile Empire possibility.
Right.
When you spend it as the second possibility on a roll, it adds together as opposed to taking the better of the two.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of what you just did in possibility form. All right. Well, let's see how our air pilots do. Yeah, nope, they catch up with you. And the guy behind you.
with no one flying it.
All right. So the Zeppelin is now in the same step as the airships.
That makes sense, because no one's driving.
That's right. It's just sort of.
Yeah.
So when you ask who's flying this thing, the answer is no one, Kit.
Yep.
The Jeep falls behind, like stays its step A behind you. But the other guy's taking a shot. There, he fails. All right. Next card is what? The next card is Watch the Road. Now, villains will go first. Heroes will suffer a surge. However, maneuver and trick are your approved actions. Yes.
Okay, the last time the approved action was attack. Do I get a thing for
Oh,
that?
you do. Thank you for
Do I
reminding
go
me.
too? Because I also
Supporter. And sure, I'll give you a step C, which is good because you could immediately complete.
Oh, excellent.
Go to step C. Villains go first. Heroes suffer a surge. Any test of land vehicles is favored this round, but any vehicle must also succeed at a challenging test or suffer 15 plus 1 bonus die of collision damage as you're weaving through the streets. Now, I let you guys go first last time, so we're going to go with Kit, Brother Block, and Delilah. Delilah, you are hanging by Brother Block's hand, who is hanging onto a rope. Kit, you get the feeling. Oh, well, no, the villains go first. As you watch the planes strafe the Zeppelin, and the two guys on the wings jump off, and they don't come after you. You see they kind of start flying underneath. So that doesn't hit, but that does. A dirigible does not have a super high toughness. Oh, actually, this one does. Oh, but that's an infinity symbol. That's another infinity symbol.
I don't love that.
I don't know that you should.
Unless he's rolling about how terrible they are. But I don't think that's a roll people do.
All right, so Kit, there are like the sounds of thunder as these two planes go whizzing by, strafing the side of the Zeppelin. Bullets are flying all around you. You can see the Zeppelin something starts on fire. It takes 2 wounds, and you can also see that some of the bullets pass through the balloon part of the Zeppelin.
Cool.
And you can see that the fire is on the deck that you were at, but you are definitely leaking some sort of lighter than air gas. I'm sure it's fine. Delilah, you and Brother Block are each being attacked by dudes with jetpacks. So, what? Oh wait, never mind. Jacob came prepared. Delilah, the guy coming at you, just totally whips. Rolled a 5. Block. Your dodge is typically a 9. Your shield drone is not on you at this point, correct?
Oh no, it for sure is. So that would make it a 13.
All right. Well, a for sure is. That would make it a 13. Did I expect that these guys would actually get in hand-to-hand combat with you guys? I did not. So here we go. Things I did not have prepped. Because this game is impossible to prep for, and I love it. All right, so a fire combat of 15. And then I add +4 to that. So they hit you.
Yep.
And is a good success.
Oh, okay. Do it.
All right. Is it? Hold on. They did a burst.
Toughness of 15.
Toughness of 15. My D6s. I got the right ones out.
That's not great, man.
Toughness of 15. I'm up 8, which means you will take a wound and 2 shock as this MP40 just strafes up the side. The other one goes wide. You can see below Delilah, like as you guys are slowly moving from one building across an alleyway. The clay tiles start cracking. Then they're trying to follow. It hits the side of the building, and then more clay tiles start cracking. Are you spending a possibility to?
Oh no! I take that wound solidly in my gut, and in order to reassure Delilah, I say, once I performed with the Russian ballet, and it was far more painful.
I mean, I'll allow it.
Have we kept our wounds in shock from? Should we have kept them from the last session?
You get your shock back at the end of the scene.
At the end of the scene?
Yeah, you're fine.
So just our wounds.
Just your wounds are in play. Kowalski, good news, bad news. Good news is there is none. The bad news is this guy pulls up next to you, and the guy in the sidecar is literally like as far as we are, and he turns his MP40 on you, and just you have no door. You like
Yeah.
So he's just firing directly into the vehicle. Ooh, that's a 10.
This bodes well.
Oh, 5.
Don't sound so disappointed, man.
I mean, it could have been cool. I got a 10, which is not good enough to hit Kowalski. Bullets go flying around you. Some of them, you see clearly, some of the bullets from the MP40 clip up the side of Kowalski and do not break the skin. It is now the heroes' side. We're to start with those on the Zeppelin. You immediately have to check.
Heroes, may I discuss an overarching plan that involves?
Not at this point, because I need to, you guys all, those of you on the Zeppelin first have to check for contradictions. So I need everyone to roll a d20. If you get a contradiction on a 1.
15.
All right, you're fine.
8.
All right, that's fine. Block, did you get a 1?
Nope, 22.
All right. How'd you get a 22 on a d20?
A 10 and a 12.
Okay, it's just a straight d20, but that works. Go ahead, Block. Now you may share your plan.
Okay, what if we were to crash the Zeppelin just behind Kowalski's Jeep, and as the Zeppelin crashes, it keeps everyone behind us. We jump at the right time, and Kowalski drives us home, baby.
So my only concern is the fact that we don't know how to fly this still. No one's flying it, so I don't know if we can maneuver to a specific crash.
I don't think we.
Oh, all I got to do is get there.
Okay. Well,
I have an air vehicles of 11. We have to, in fact, you're safe, and Zorba is safe. Delilah really needs to hang on to my neck as I climb up here, I think.
Or you can just drop down the rooftop.
That sounds
better.
Oh!
I could being in this ship now, being thrown into this ship.
What were you saying, Brother Block?
Oh no, I was gonna say, if we're low enough, I could actually toss Delilah onto Kowalski's thing.
Yeah, you do. Okay.
In my.
But I need to get on board to fly the ship. Clearly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, give me your maneuver roll. Delilah, give me your maneuver.
And everyone was like, "Oh, I can't possibly go further."
So we're crashing this.
Don't look at me. I'm just the GM. Delilah is now on the rooftop facing two scarab warriors.
Whatever. I'm gonna assume that if Block wants to crash it, he'll keep me safe. But so I'm thinking while you're doing this nonsense, I would assume that in all of the getting close to us, someone has gotten within 10 meters of me.
Yes.
Great. I want to do harmonic wave on them.
On one of the airship, or on one of the metal birds.
Yeah. Well, because aren't there like the people with the jetpacks who are doing stuff, and then the people?
Yeah, they're underneath the ship, and then you got the two airplanes. Do you want to try and lean over and get one of the ones that's attacking Delilah, or do you want to get one of the airplanes that is poking holes in your?
Okay, I think it says causes a frequency wave inside someone, but I don't know if that does also fades.
You can attack the pilot.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go from the planes then.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna cast harmonic wave while Block is climbing up to crash us.
All the ampersands is cheering you on. He says, "Do the math to them."
Okay, so that's rolling an alteration.
Yes. Now, while you do that, Ben, what did you get on your roll?
Which Ben? Me?
Brother Block. Yeah, what did you got on your maneuver to get up into the airship?
Oh, a 16.
All right, you get an adrenaline, sir.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Brother Block just sort of powers his way up. Delilah, you are on the rooftop with two of these scarab warriors. You don't know what they're going to do. They may come after you. They may go after Block. Who knows?
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
So I think I forgot all math forever.
So there is a mishap here,
Okay.
but it is not a contradiction because you are from the Nile Empire and you are in the Nile Empire. However, whenever you mishap on a spell,
You
things happen.
learn new spells.
That's how Cthulhu works.
Oh, that's true. Sorry, everyone.
No. On a mishap,
The ship
you
crashing
suffer
faster
2 shots.
is
Okay.
a plus.
And you are very stymied, which means on your next action, you will take a -4 to your total.
Okay. I'll roll better then.
So you try and call on the harmonic map, you start scribbling on the side of the airship using your things, and you just get lost in the math to the point that you are not aware of what is going on. You're not even aware that the spell didn't go off. You are trying to solve Hamanoptop's theorem, which no one's even heard of in this world.
So I'm having a great time.
You're just having a great time. You're this close to solving it, but then you realize you rolled a 1 and you still won't solve it.
Also, everything's on fire.
And we're purposely crashing it.
We're gonna kill so many Ords with this plan.
Yeah. The difficulty to find a place to crash the ship that does not cause civilian casualties is there's a sliding scale. You can almost say that scale is paved with good intentions. What do you want to do? There's the 2 scare warriors.
I want to shoot them all.
You want to shoot them both. Excellent. Go ahead and give me a fire combat test. What did you get? You might want to spend a possibility on that. Or let it go. All right. That counts as a 10.
So 13
So that gets you to a 13.
plus 1, so 13 total. I'm at 12 plus 1.
All right. You fire, and one of them, he just fires his jetpack, and I realize I'm swinging hard to the side of the camera. Down in the Jeep, I need all of you to roll to see if you disconnect. Just a 1 on a D20 is what we're looking for. Get that, you're fine. All right, good. Hero is down below.
All right, so there's a guy that's literally right out my side door who's
He's sitting right there.
Reach out, grab his gun,
and just pull him out of the Jeep or out of the
I was thinking I'd pick up and hit him over the head with it.
Yeah, go for it. Give me a melee combat.
All right.
We're definitely not in chase mode anymore. Bad guys have caught up. Heroes are not trying to get away anymore.
That's a
We
14.
didn't start by trying to get away. At no point did we make any moves to get away from it.
What we ran away from.
Does
was
the Zeppelin
chase
know where
itself.
it's going? It definitely feels like it knows where it's going.
We're supposed to be heading back to that base, right?
That's a 14.
That hits with a good success. So this weapon will do strength plus 1 plus a bonus die of damage.
I'm not very strong, so strength plus 1, so it's 9 plus a bonus die. All right, let's roll that bonus die. Is it good? Fall off the table. That'd be a 2.
So 11.
So 11.
You definitely shot him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would 3 more change that? Because I could give you an adrenaline that would make you a little bit stronger.
That would get you. That would get him No, an 11 to 14 would not give him the extra die.
Also, because we're not there yet, right? We can't.
Oh
we're
yeah,
not-
you guys are in 2 separate scenes. However, do you know who is good at this? As he's kind of shocked, he explodes in kind of like not a red mist, in the fact that you see Lady Salvo strafes the side of the motorcycle and it disconnects the sidecar, and that guy just starts falling behind.
So I was thinking I would pick it up by context clues, but I'm getting more confused. What does strafe mean?
Oh, strafe means to spray spray an area with bullets, kind of starting at one point and moving to the other side.
I definitely had that wrong. I kept thinking scrape.
Oh.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. The more you know. Zorba, you have a martini. You're in a Jeep. There is a lady with a machine gun in the back who just
Right.
broke apart a motorcycle.
And that motorcycle is still parallel to us?
The motorcycle is the sidecars falling
Is
behind.
the guy who's driving the motorcycle still parallel with us on
He
that
is.
motorcycle?
He is also not watching the road because he is looking back.
Okay.
Do I need to make a vehicle maneuver test?
You do need to make a vehicle, land vehicle test, or see if you take collision damage.
Well, that's not great. That's a -4 to my 10.
You need to get to 12. Possibility? All right.
That's just not all die. So this is at least a 10. So
Yes, you're fine. All right, Zorba, he is still parallel to you.
So is our plan, guys, for everybody to get onto the Jeep and get away that way?
Or disappear into the city. I mean, there's options here. We're about to wreck all of our pursuers. So
Okay, we
maybe-
have a thumbs up.
Oh,
from
wait,
you, so
do-
assuming yes.
Okay.
I'm responding you by saying, is it possible that we could link the Jeep to the Zeppelin and pull the Jeep off the ground?
No, I'm going to make a requisition roll.
Then no.
Is it once per act that you can do that?
We're
Is it-
going to crash the
You're in
Zeppelin,
wreck, so.
It's...
crash the Zeppelin right behind your
Oh, I
Jeep,
don't have that.
jump onto your Jeep, and we're all.
I don't have that book here.
So I'm pulling that up right now. Did I not print it out for you?
No.
Okay, let me pull that up first. All right. So what's your plan?
Well,
You can requisition another Zeppelin.
no. I was going to requisition that the Delphi Council has a big, like, semi-truck with its ramp down that we can just drive the Jeep into and then close it up and then just disappear into the streets of Istanbul inside that.
That's pretty cool.
So Knight Rider style.
Yeah.
Great. Because we don't have the book in front of
18.
us, can you let me know if that requisition talent works once per act? I believe it does. Go ahead and give me the roll, and we'll wait to see on that.
Well, I was going to wait until everybody was... I was going to wait to do that to see if everybody...
Not everyone can fit on the Jeep.
Not everyone can
you
fit
are
on the
at maximum Jeep capacity at this point.
Okay. Can I wait to find out
Sure. Do you want to do something?
whether it's... Yeah, I'll do something else this turn.
All right.
If it's a once per act thing, then I'll...
Zero Earth Element gets a possibility for the Spy Hunter reference. I hope the theme from Peter Gunn is playing in your head right now.
I'm just going to jump onto the other motorcycle.
You're going to try and leap onto the other
Yeah,
motorcycle.
why not? It's parallel to us.
All right, Zorba going full.
Yeah, I'm not giving it to you yet.
Oh,
We'll see if you
that's
succeed.
Okay. So I'm going to spend my adrenaline to give it a +3, so it's 20. to
Well, no, it's
start.
3 to your final total.
Are you still
So
holding?
Steve-
Oh,
yeah.
to the final total.
Yes,
Oh,
you're at
that's
+4 to your maneuver.
+4 to my maneuver. Okay. My maneuver. So that only puts my maneuver at 10.
So if you give yourself the +3,
Mhm.
that will get you. So right now you've succeeded.
The
If you
+3
get the
will get me-
+3, you will have a good success, and you can make the target either very vulnerable or very stymied.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend the adrenaline.
Yep, you can requisition once per act. Okay,
Once
thank
per
you,
act.
Greg. And don't forget you got that possibility for just so the group knows. He said that's the last time Kit uses Roman numerals for her stuff. IVI. All right. So the real question that I need to know, is do you tell Kowalski to hold your martini before you leap from the Jeep?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, I pictured a
And
dip
then
it
once I'm
snatch.
back on the motorcycle, I reach back out to take it back.
All right. So you're on the back of this motorcycle. The guy is very stymied. You said.
Yeah, that's stymied.
Okay. The bike is kind of moving, wobbling back and forth. The next card is simple chasing. He said, "We'll get through it." By the gods, faith, and we're now in combat, so you're gonna have to be everybody put a card into your pool just right now as a freebie from the GM. Faith may be used as a defense against all interaction attacks this round. I don't believe any of you guys have that. Tricking is the appropriate action or the approved action, and heroes go first. So we're going to start off on the jeep. Kowalski, and you're in the back of this motorcycle.
I'm just gonna try and yank the guy off. Just shove him off and just take control of the motorcycle.
I'm gonna give this. Give me a unarmed combat.
Ooh.
Oh, and this is for succeeding.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. You succeeded in the maneuver.
A good turn for you.
Not bad.
Meanwhile, on the airship,
It's
just
Delilah
hieroglyphics and
still
numerals
hanging-
all about.
And fire. Don't forget fire.
It's fine. Fine.
If Delilah is still hanging from the rope,
Nope, she
I would like to guide. I would like to guide the ship to where she can either get on the back of Zorba's bike or take over another bike on her own.
She let go of the rope, Ben.
She let go of the rope, and also Zorba's already at capacity for that one person motorcycle that it's
We've proven that it's a 1.5 person.
Yeah. So.
Oh, so the Jeep it is then. Let's swing for the Jeep.
But the Jeep can't hold us either. This is going really well.
For what is going on, I would agree. The bad news is the fire has definitely spread.
Oh no.
The Zeppelin is definitely losing height, and if another infinity roll happens, the fire gets bigger, much bigger, in sort of explosive ball kind of shape.
I think I'm gonna get off this place.
After spending a possibility.
15 after spending a possibility, you see Zorba kind of reaches around the guy to get control of the bike, elbows him in the throat, and the guy hits the ground between the Jeep, does the tumble thing, and is left in the dust. You now have a motorcycle.
Absolutely.
I had to bet this drink.
Very daintily.
My fingers. That's right. This is amazing.
Good news. I don't actually know how to drive one of those.
Meanwhile, he said, we're gonna go up one level. Okay. Delilah, there is one of the Scarab warriors definitely takes up after Brother Block. Kind of comes in parallel and then just hard pull on the jetpack, straight up trying to follow him up onto the deck of the Zeppelin. You have the other one who is currently he went past you and is now circling around, trying to bring his MP40 machine gun or machine pistol at you. What would you like to do?
I think I might try
Go for it.
the stun. Do I roll for that?
So the stunt will be.
And I might even get the other guy who's going up because it overwhelms a large blast area.
Yeah. A large blast will hit up to 5 people, so I will allow you to hit him and the other guy. So here's how this works. You are going to make an alteration roll versus their willpower or spirit. And I'm going to let you know beforehand. Let me just double check that there's nothing on the backside that's useful. There is not. Your target number for this is 8.
Yeah, that's good because I'm rolling really bad.
That's good. I'm just going to let you know if you get to an 18, you will take them both out of the fight, as you will have. Oh wait, no, this is the other guys. I was wrong. Your target is 16. I feel like I just
For both or for one?
for both of them.
Okay.
16, yeah, because these guys are actually like
That's very different than the 8.
scary. 18, you got this. So, what is your alteration skill at right now?
12.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the d20.
Oh my goodness.
What'd you get?
4.
Oh no! Do you have another possibility? Does anyone have any?
Can I use this to play to add a bonus die to the damage?
That's for the damage. So
I got a second chance. I'll trade you for a second chance.
So you will give him your coup de grace, and you will get to re-roll that die
We can trade in combat.
in combat in the pool.
Only if it's in
From
the
the
pool
pool.
already.
Yeah, only if it's in the pool, and only if it's in your.
And we're so close.
Delilah is sort of between the two groups. So,
Gotcha.
so would you get?
13.
Okay, so a 13 gets you a +1 to it.
Oh, and that would be the 13 plus the 4.
No, it's a second chance.
Never mind.
So right now you're at a 13 total against the guy. Do you want to spend a possibility? It's up to you. A 23, so even if you roll less than 10, a 23 gets you to 20, and it will affect both of them.
Taking one for the team.
All right. So roll again. So you're right now at you're at a 13.
Yeah.
So go again. Oh. So it counts as a 10. So that's what happens. So you hit both of them, and at a 20, it's an area of effect spell. They are all very stunning, so they all have a -4 to everything you do. So what is your stun spell like in your mind? What does that look like? Is it just like a wave of force that ripples out? Is it completely... no, I'm going to say it. Is it silent but deadly? Like, what does this look like? Okay. All right. So both of the scared warriors just start kind of spiraling. They start weaving like they are definitely drunk. All right. Kit and Brother Block. Brother Block, you have made it up onto the deck. Everything is on fire, and Kit is doing math. I feel like it's a fair assessment.
Yep.
Kit, I want to guide the plane like we're in a box canyon. Our people won't be able to follow us. They'll hit the buildings or whatever to our side. We're going to get real low. And when we get low enough, we're going to jump onto Kowalski's Jeep.
It can't fit us, but I trust you.
If you jump in the seat and he jumps on, hold on.
I'm no longer in it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay, then while you're doing that, I think I'll try because
Oh,
the plane's about to
wait,
leave, but
Kit.
I can try and focus on the scarab guy who's following you.
Oh, okay.
The other option, Kit, is making us both smaller. You know your
That takes a whole minute.
spell?
It takes a whole minute, Brother Block.
I think it only works on me too. I don't know if that's true.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is try to maneuver this dirigible between two buildings and get us close enough to jump down on Kowalski's Jeep and escape.
Okay.
And I'm going to protect us from the scarab guy with a spell while he's doing that.
Okay. So, Brother Block, this is going to be a heroic air vehicles test. Narrow streets, large dirigible, on fire.
Oh! Okay.
Either that or he rolled a 1 and
So
snapped.
20
Definitely one of
and
the two.
18 makes a 38, and that gives me plus 11 to my 11, which is a 22. Let's go.
All right, Kowalski, you watch as the burning dirigible starts to drop. It is scraping against the sides of buildings. Mortar is falling onto awnings. People are ducking back into
So good at stealth.
diving back into the cover of the buildings. You're from Tharkold, right? You know how this is going to end.
A lot of people are gonna die.
So keep that in mind for next round.
Cool. I'm gonna try that harmonic wave again.
Okay. You've done a lot of pre-math.
Done a lot of pre-math.
Lot of pre-math.
I'm confident that all of it's right. No one check my math. I'm gonna do it on the scarab guy who followed
Kowalski up. Who's that?
Block.
Oh, Block up. Go for it.
18.
There we
That was
go.
way better than that one. Okay, so it's against the target's dodge or dex.
Okay. So what was your total? Your target number is 15.
Okay, so 18 is a +5, and it's my alteration, so that was a 14, so I have a 19.
All right. So a 19 is a standard success against these guys. So what does that do?
10 damage that ignores armor. Would it be worth it to bump that up a bit?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna bump it up a bit. Which that's a 4, so it's a 10.
10.
So now that's 28. So it's a +9 to my 14, so it's a 23.
That is a good success.
Okay, so it'll be 10 damage plus 4. So 14 damage that ignores armor.
That ignores armor. All right, you definitely see a little bit of blood erupt kind of under the guy's nose, and he starts wobbling a little bit as he's heading toward what looks to be a wall.
Great.
You also can see, as you move towards the back of the deck, you can see Kowalski's Jeep. It's disturbingly close.
I'd like to get in that Jeep, I think.
Next round?
Yeah.
All right. Scarab Warrior on Delilah rolls 17. So Delilah, your dodge is 14. Top is 15. So that will hit with a good success. Your toughness is 13. So you take 2 shots. So the shock, some of the bullets kind of hit the clay around you, kicking up little shards of clay into your face. Block, the guy behind you, who is definitely not feeling too great, attempts to shoot at you as you take control of the airship. And 15, 16, a 16 will hit you for a normal success. And what's your total toughness with the drone on you?
15.
Okay, so you will take 1 shock from that. All right, the last card of this fight, hopefully, is, and hopefully just because you're in a dirigible that is on fire and about to explode. So I hope you get off of it. Clever Comeback. The taunt skill may be used as a defense against any type of interaction attack this turn. So essentially, it's the I know you are, but what am I defense? Taunting and tricking are the approved actions. Heroes get to go first. I'm going to start with the people up in the air.
So if this lands the way that we think it is with a crash,
yeah, you're definitely landing at this point.
We're definitely landing. Yeah. Is there anything we can do to minimize the damage to the surrounding area before I jump literal airship into a Jeep?
Do you have some kind of spell or something that could like open the roof of the balloon and just let all the hydrogen just go away?
Would that cause a massive torrent of flame?
So what you're saying is you would like to kind of direct the flame away from the city.
Sure.
I don't know if harmonic wave would do that, but
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it could make a whole.
What if we just simply directed it behind us? So as Kit and I jump together and the thing blows up, the fire just goes, the opposite way of us.
Well, here's the problem. You are in a crowded city. And if this blows up, the civilian casualty, the orb damage.
Yeah, there's actually Delphi Council rules against civilian casualties.
Yeah. So.
And also there's like good people rules.
There's also the good people rules. All right, so what do you want to do, Kit? Walk me through this.
I don't.
What's your character sheet? What does Kit want to try and do here?
Okay. I really like that idea of anything that we could do. Okay, or just are there fire suppressant measures on board, like the extinguishers or something that we could put the fire out
so that it doesn't blow up.
So that it doesn't blow up.
Okay, so.
Ultimately. So I turned around. We're headed back toward the base, correct?
We were still heading back to the base?
I didn't turn back around. So theoretically, we left, we came to the square, we headed back. At this
Yes,
point,
but then you kind of turn. You're like weaving through the city at this
okay.
point. Do
Well,
you
in my
want to-
mind, I was headed back for the base.
Okay, I will allow it.
We are so bad at getaways.
This is, yes. So my thought is that using my conjuring chains, I will, in fact, hopefully, I can reach 25 meters. So that
He dropped the thing down.
right. So my thought is that perhaps on one of the docking clamps on this dirigible, we can in fact drag it back up into the air, and then just sling it into the Dr. Mobius's base.
So, all right, walk me through this plan one more time.
Okay, so as I'm driving,
You're driving. The airship is
the
coming.
airship is basically about to land in a civilian area, obliterating a large number of buildings.
Yes, and the people.
Kowalski
in the
would
buildings.
prefer not to do this. He thought he left the whole obliterating the hundreds of civilians thing behind in Darkhold. So,
You
You're
got
the
the
good
t-shirt.
guys now. Now we do
Right.
feel bad about it, but we still do it.
right. So,
Dark.
Yeah.
so my idea being that essentially he can conjure chains up to 25 feet away.
25 meters.
25 meters, correct. Since we're in Istanbul, as opposed to Texas. So he will, in fact, conjure the chains at docking on one of the docking hooks
Okay.
on this thing. In fact, and haul it back into the air.
I don't think you can haul it back into the air, but you could drag it along.
The idea being that it's not actually like gonna crash into the street, like
So
just
you
enough
want-
to actually keep it from.
It's like a kite. Like
Yeah.
riding a kite.
Right. The idea.
No, I
Yeah.
see the idea.
So because I think that would work physically if you get enough
So
Yeah.
you want to
like
gun
air
it,
resistance.
conjure the chains.
So what if Kit and I jump from it and your chains use it like a blow up mace?
No, that won't work.
Yeah.
But you could definitely, if you guys want to jump from it now, you can either jump onto the rooftops at a regular difficulty, or at a much higher difficulty, jump to the jeep, and then you're going to try and drag this thing through the streets long enough.
Basically, I want to get it into like the large open space where the enemy, where Dr. Mobius's base was, as opposed
Or at
to.
least any
Or
We
at
open
least-
probably have to turn
Right.
it around though.
No, it is.
Or it's
Yeah,
already
It's
turned around.
nose down toward us.
There
Uh,
are fire suppression devices on board. You have been
Kit,
trained
I
in the
agree.
red.
I think we should go for the Jeep. Do you agree with that? You and me, no matter what else happens, we should get on the Jeep.
Okay, I would probably vote rooftop over Jeep, but just because that seems less difficult. But I kind of want to put out the fire.
Yeah,
'Cause I
you wanna
don't. I don't believe that it'll last all the way through driving through a narrow city. Yeah, I want to try and use the fire suppression things to put out the fire.
Okay, that you can just take your turn and
Yeah, that's what I do in my turn.
okay.
I want to use my turn to assist her because she's smarter than me.
The two of you spend your turn putting the fire out.
Yeah. Which I'm a help of.
You don't have to roll. Like putting out a fire.
I know. You
I'm gonna
get
let
you
guys
get
do that.
raised at a minimum, but I rolled a 19, so I will be giving you a help of 8.
You very quickly put out the fires.
Excellent.
So is it completely out? So no more danger of exploding.
It's still in danger of exploding. It is a dirigible into like scraping against stone into the ground, but hopefully that's where you come in.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna need a conjuration and land vehicle roll, and I need a land vehicle roll from you unless you were bringing the bike to a full and complete stop.
Oh, I totally am. And then
Okay.
just getting off the bike and wandering into the crowd because I'm half Turkish and I can, speak
Okay.
language.
It's gone.
I'm just
Yeah, and like that.
Land us somewhere
Never
else in the
saw
city.
it.
find a bar somewhere.
Yeah.
Have some Turkish.
And they
comedy.
never saw him again.
Okay, so it's a 10. So it's
Okay, it explodes.
So that's a 9. So not a 10. But 19 will give me a +6 to my land vehicle, so it gives you 20.
So you have to subtract 2.
Subtract 2,
Give me
so
two
that's
things.
a 18. So
Okay.
18 with land vehicles. Now I'm going to roll my conjuration.
Well, no, it's one roll.
What-
You
okay,
apply that to both.
Okay, so 18 for my land vehicles, and for conjuration, it's actually slightly higher.
Okay.
Well, no, wait, it's one lower, so that's 17 for conjuration.
All right. So you watch as Lady Salvo goes, What the hell are you doing? We're trying to get away from. Oh, God. Kowalski, you throw your arms back and grab onto the Zeppelin and are now dragging it through the streets. There's masonry falling, people are screaming and jumping out of the way, but you are gunning it back toward.
Return to sender!
Our whole goal was to like sneakily get people to leave a bar and then steal their movie.
I was an infant demon man. This doesn't do it too sneaky.
Delilah, at this point, the Scarab Warriors are far more concerned with the large explosive that is heading back towards their base. But what would you like to do?
Pretty shocked, right?
You got 2 shots, yeah.
Not too bad.
You're not too bad. You're fine.
So I'm by myself now. Nobody's attacking me.
It looks like it at this point.
I think I'm gonna hop on the roofs
Okay.
and try to head back to the base.
All right.
Be cool, but
As you kind of move along, you definitely get the feeling you're being watched. Can you give me a find roll?
By a villain or an admirer?
probably somebody who hates me.
Probably
Hawk
Burke.
And Hawk be like, you!
Got 4.
Don't get kidnapped.
You got a 4? All right. So you do not. You have the strong sense that you are being watched.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Kowalski, they're coming after you now. And they are trying to shoot the Zeppelin.
Oh dear. What?
Go that far.
All right, so I've got a lot of plus zeros, so we're just going to see what happens here. All right, well, they
Oh,
both
this
hit.
another thing.
They both hit the airship, but do no damage based off the toughness of the airship. And the 2 Scarab Warriors attack the Jeep, or attack Kowalski. And Kowalski, what is your dodge?
My dodge is a fantastic 14.
All right, so they both strafe Kowalski for, which your toughness is a 15. Oh, that's 2 explosions. That's a 20. So 25, so it's 9. All right, so Kowalski, you're going to take a wound and 2 shock and a wound and 2 shock, unless you want to spend possibilities to soak it.
Okay, a wound and 2 shots. So that would get me down to 1 wound.
It would give you 2 wounds and
2
4
wounds.
shock.
Okay,
if you
so-
don't try and they're individual soak rolls.
Let's see here, and I can reduce the shock by 1 for each of those.
So wound and a shock.
I'm gonna take it. So I'm down to 1 wound, and I've still got 10 shock left.
All right, Kowalski, if the heroes go first, all you have to do is make a land vehicle test to get this on point. All right, that is not. It's jammed. It's a mishap on any energy, fire combat, or heavy weapons this round.
Okay.
Heroes go first, and or villains go first, and the heroes are confused, which means you may not use cards
Accurate, though.
this round.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the heroes are very confused.
Yeah. Both
Or may not
characters
use
and
card
players. Wait,
All
so we
right.
can't use cards that you said?
You can't use cards in your pool for this round. The Jets both roll 6s, which is -4, so they miss the biplanes. The other 2, 1 hits you and 1 hits you with a good success.
Suck.
So you will take 2 shock, so 1 shock.
Do that.
6, 5, and a wound and 2 shock.
Not the soap better. I'm gonna be
All right, give me your reality check.
dead on arrival. Okay, so
Zorba's safe, Delilah's safe. Just kind of tracking through this.
what do I need to roll again?
A reality check.
Okay, so can't.
You need a reality check here, Ben.
But
Demon man.
I'm
18.
driving the ship into the Jeep. How close am I to Kowalski?
You guys are within 75 feet of each other because that's how the far the chains are.
Yep.
Oh, excellent. How did your soak roll go, brother?
I got an 18.
So that's no wounds and no shock. You're fine.
Oh, great.
I'm still alive.
Okay, I was gonna dive out of this plane and
Well, you kind of need
heal
to do
you.
that now because
Like,
Yeah.
like I'm laying hands on from 20,000 feet. But
hold on, Ben. Hold on, Brother Block. What are you doing, kid?
Thinking of doing a cool exit from the plane with either like trying to like swing out of a rope, or if there aren't any, maybe my own wrappings. I don't know what's going there. Great.
Parachutes too. I
and-
took one.
Well, really, I think
Like
we're too
10 feet
close
to
to
the
the ground
ground.
for that.
You're about
mummy hammock.
You're about it's about 10 feet from the deck to the rooftops.
Yeah, I want to do like
And
a
it's
cool
about
jump.
40 feet to the ground.
jump swing onto a rooftop with like a cool roll and then a pose.
So that should
Oh.
be
So,
kid
me-
hot tin roof.
Ooh, nice. Give me a maneuver check. And then
Okay.
Brother Block, as soon as she's done, you let me know.
so 13, so 1, that's a 7.
Do you have a possibility?
I do.
Okay, it's like,
Okay. Way farther, but that was a 10.
so you're at 17.
So it was 16 plus 13, so 29. So it's plus 9, so it's now 15.
Okay, you land with grace on the rooftop. Brother Block, you are being dragged by a techno demon on a wounded and leaking dirigible. You can see the one thing you did not expect to see: Mobius's base camp again. Air raid sirens going off. Searchlights.
So here's the thing: is that Brother Block fully believes that one, he can survive this, and two, that if he didn't, destroying this much evil is what he was meant to do. So I think
No, I feel like it's going to crash anyway, even if you leave.
I'm not gonna leave. I don't think. I think I'm gonna switch the shield drone to bunker mode, and I am going to drive the dirigible into Mobius's camp. I mean, I'm gonna jump at the last second.
But like it's already being
But-
dragged. It's like already being dragged and
You
flung
can let go of
away.
this at this point if you see that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
They're both trying to arguing over who gets to drive it into
No,
the.
my understanding was that Kowalski was just trying to aim it at the
Right.
Yeah.
It's- we're driving.
and Block is trying to
Okay.
crash it into the base.
So it's
Is that
like
what's happening?
I'm assuming this is basically like a moment like
Those are complementary actions.
Yeah, like Avengers: Infinity War, where it's like Hawkeye and Black Widow are fighting over who gets to die.
I'm going to let you know I've established what the damage is going to be.
Okay.
Do you want to be involved in the damage? Is the question I'm asking at this point.
As in, do I want to be the one who does the damage, or do I want to takes the damage?
Do you want to be the guy who takes the damage because you were close enough to the exploding airship, or do you let the chains go at this?
I mean, at this point, I'm gonna turn into slag if I am that close. So,
you're letting the chains go?
I mean,
Good luck, Brother Block.
this block. I mean, is there some way that we can communicate?
Yeah,
what
you
he's
guys
doing?
you have comms.
All right.
People getting that.
All right.
Okay, I just want to let everyone know if this goes wrong, I don't have a time to make an equally cool costume for next week.
Let this be a lesson.
All right. Yeah.
The air
All right. So the chains disappear, and
the airship comes like just shooting out of the alley at this point, like a bolt from a crossbow, and like a glorious lead duck, or maybe comes arcing. Brother Block, give me your air vehicles roll.
Meanwhile, Kowalski's tears. There's one badass man to go.
That is a 23.
Yeah.
All right. So where would you like to plant this dirigible?
So part of me would like to say like the command and control center, but I don't really know where that is.
So you're just going for the largest clump of building, or like
There
a
would
like
be,
like
like, like
Field
honestly, okay.
you're just
I would like to say this because I rolled pretty well. I would like to leave the flying death ball right at the edge of the fence. You know what I mean? Like, wherever it hits, that's great. But I want to kind of like exit Disneyland before Disneyland starts. Like wherever the line.
So you're taking a multi-action. You're driving the airship and you're jumping out. All right.
Yes.
And
yes.
Go ahead and roll it. I assume you guys.
Can you just make your drone drive the airship?
No. Sadly.
Oh no,
That'd be
no.
so
All I
cool.
can.
You guys are all rendezvousing back to the house. Having martinis.
Okay, so just straight driving is a 19.
Okay. And then what was your maneuver to get out of the
Oh, that was a 27.
Holy macro. The dice approves.
Well, first of all, if you survive this, you definitely get a Nile Empire possibility.
He just said if I survive this.
Well, the
you
good
guys,
news is you're not in the explosive radius, but you do have the fall damage. Your armor adds a maximum of +2 toughness. So what is your total toughness at this point?
Oh, that would be a 13, a max of 13.
All right, I would also like you to give me a dexterity test to see if you reduce the damage by 5.
Would a supporter card come in handy for that?
Possibly.
I'm sure that I did.
Oh, you can't. It's
So
confusion.
a 15 dexterity test.
All right, so that reduces the damage to 15 plus 1 bonus die. Remember, there are no cards playing this round.
He's literally gonna like crawl into a gutter and wait for you guys to come save him.
So that is 2 wounds and 4 shock, Brother Block.
That's surprisingly low for jumping out of a floating dirigible.
You know what? You know what? For the sake of story, I'm gonna take it.
Okay. All right.
I'm at 3 wounds and 6 shock, y'all. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
All right. So there was a massive explosion. Zorba has disappeared into the crowd. Delilah was like ran across the rooftops. Kit, stumble roll, gracefully exits the scene. Kowalski and Lady Salvo. Lady Salvo disappears into the night.
She's gone.
Yes.
Can I pick up my broken brother?
You don't know where he is at, and there is a large. You know how when you step on a hill of fire ants, what happens? Just imagine that with people, and that's what's going on here. There is just the bear, like they're trying to put out fires. They're pulling people out of the wreckage. There's been a massive attack on Dr. Mobius's base. There are 3 bases in this quarter of Istanbul, and congratulations, you have destroyed 1.
Woo!
-1 base.
Good job, Brother Block. I hope you live.
Third session.
So, yeah, welcome to session 3, everybody. So Kowalski, what do you do?
Cry. Manly tears.
They kind of steam on your cheeks.
Oh, will you shoot your arm gun straight into the air because you love me that much?
Yes, I know.
One break style.
Wow, man. I feel like I'm rewarding bad behavior at this point, but I conjured the scene in my head so perfectly. And now in my mind, Kowalski is played by Keanu Reeves, and Brother Block is played by Patrick Swayze.
Much less handsome in real life.
So you guys, the 4 of you, make it back to the safe house by dawn. Right, thank you.
You make it back to the house safely.
You make it back to the house safely. What do you guys do as you...
I want to radio the Delphi Council to see if we can get any help finding Brother Block.
There is no answer from them at this point.
I'm so mad at us.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Look, the council isn't known for being passive aggressive. Just aggressive.
First very minor mission went really off the rails.
But the four of you arrive. Kowalski's crying. What do you guys do?
He would have had a really nice skull. We watched the movie.
All right, so Zorba takes the canister, slaps it on this projector. I assume that you drag out of your room, which is really just gin and an escape hatch to get to your actual...
Yeah, and my private viewing movie projector.
Right, which you take out.
With reels of all my movies.
Right, you have to take out the one you were watching before.
Soviet Doctor in Love.
That's right.
It's my favorite too.
The bulb kind of comes on. You thread it through. The thing starts clacking. The door to the house opens up, and there is a shadow in the doorway, and you can see the shadow kind of comes in weird sideways and walks up and drops Brother Block on the table. And the guy standing there has sort of like a weird, he's got like a vest on and a long trench coat and a strange domino mask, and on his chest in gold is a W. And that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
Is he alive?
Brother Block is battered,
okay.
Bleeding. One of his legs seems to have an extra joint in it.
I can fix that.
Superhero landing. And wow. Well, you guys do not disappoint. The best part about Torg. No, the best part about Torg is that because of the cards, because of the skills, because of the possibilities, we roll with it and we go with it. And so I hope, did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Awesome. Chat. Josh, good to see you in there. Greg said, oh, Greg gave an idea. I didn't see this. Greg said Brother Block could use a convenient chain zip line provided by Kowalski.
That would have been a better call.
So, recap. You destroyed a third of Mobius's bases by sheer accident. Was I planning to build up to that? Yes, I was. Do I now have to plan to build up to something else? Yes, I do. But thank you for watching on the Ulysses International channel.
Dead though? Was he in there like in the base, like
here's the thing.
Nursing his wounds?
Dead doesn't mean anything in the Nile Empire. For there's always an inevitable return. But also the best part about this is none of you actually saw
the film.
You didn't see what happened. You just know there was a giant explosion. So was Deathhawk in there? Was he not? Who made it out? It's uncertain at this point. But tune in, dear viewer, next Tuesday for more Torg, where we finally, Mr. Furious, don't worry, you will finally get to see what's on the films. We will find out what's going on with Brother Block. Is he alive? Who is the strange man in the domino mask with the W on his chest? What is on the film? What is the Delphi Council's response? We'll find out next week as we come back on the Ulysses International channel to do more Torg Eternity. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you to my wonderful players. Thank you to Phantom for being our moderator. Thank you to all the chat. Thank you to Greg for, working on such a wonderful game. And I believe, Phantom, you can correct me on this, but I believe Wednesday afternoon, Kirk and I will be doing the next Ulysses Insight video where we're going to talk about what's going on at Ulysses International, what's interesting, what's going on. We're going to show off the Torg Foundry modules, the official Torg Foundry modules. So if you're free, check us out on the Ulysses International channel at about somewhere between 3 and 3:30 Central Time. We'll be on. We'll send the chat notice out so that everybody knows what's going on. And we will be back here on the Ulysses International channel next Tuesday with more Torg Eternity. And hopefully, by the end of the first adventure, this group will have a name. I don't think that
And
Delphi's I don't think that Delphi's Pyromaniacs is going to stick, but it's in my head canon. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming. I am JM, the GM. This is my wonderful group of Storm Knights, and we will see you all in a week. Have a good one.